Today on Ask Your Broker, Mom's dead. Can I put her in the backyard? You might be surprised at the answer. Let's get into it. Okay, this is an actual question that came up in my telling of a story that actually happened in our neighborhood. I'm not going to talk about what happened in my neighborhood, but the question came up, is it legal to bury somebody in your backyard? And the answer is maybe, right? It is not legal to bury somebody in your backyard if a deed restriction says you can't do it, or if it's, I don't know, in a flood zone, or 1,000 other reasons that could prevent you from doing so. But if you had a larger lot, you weren't in a residential subdivision, for example, or like on a farm, as long as you followed the local rules, yes, you could bury somebody in your backyard. Now, the reason that you would want to do this is maybe you love that person and you want them close by, and that's fine. Or you may be trying to do what a couple other people have done, and they want to do this to save on property taxes. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Ed, that is crazy. Who would possibly bury a relative in their backyard to save on property taxes? Well, famously, one person everyone knows is Donald Trump. He absolutely buried his ex-wife on his golf course. I think it was Bedminster in New York, where he buried his ex-wife on the golf course. Now, I haven't looked at his property tax statement, but it was largely alleged that he was doing that to save on property taxes. So I don't know if that actually worked for him, but I don't know. Why else would you bury somebody on a golf course? They have all the money in the world. They can afford any cemetery they want. So they're not trying to save money at the burial. Maybe they're trying to save money on other things like property tax. So that is one example, a famous example of somebody who did that. Now, I actually know somebody else who did that, who buried their mother in their backyard in a residential subdivision. And turns out that wasn't okay. And I don't know the reason they wanted to do that, but they did it. And after they did it, they decided they were going to declare the property a cemetery so that they didn't have to pay property taxes. Now, that may have been their motive all along. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for them. But they did declare their property a cemetery so that they wouldn't have to pay property taxes. Well, it turns out the only reason anyone knows about it is because, well, it turns out the county was not very happy about that and I think sued them. I'm not sure of the litigation or anything about that, and I'm certainly not involved. But I do know that it happened and that the county wasn't very happy about that. So I believe it had to be undone. So can you bury mom in the backyard? Sure. Yes, you can. Are there benefits to it financially? Maybe. I wouldn't do it. Just me. That's me. If I had 5 or 10 acres, 100 acres or something, and I wanted to have a family cemetery, then I would do it. And you could save money on that cemetery plot. The Texas law says that you could, the area inside the cemetery wouldn't be taxed necessarily. So it's not going to be a great tax saving. Certainly if you have 100 acres, you're going to have an ag exemption, right? So anyway, for today, that is Ask Your Broker. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, or the opposite of criticisms, please tell me below. I really would love to get some feedback. Like, subscribe, if that's a thing that you do. And if you have a question that I can use on Ask Your Broker, please put it in the comments or message me directly. I always need good content. I don't know if we can ever top burying your mother in the backyard, but I thought it was great. So, come up with something better. We'll do that too. Anyway, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.